Hi, Karen here. Craft time means different things to different people. For some, it's a time to make something cute. For others, it's a time to try to keep the kids from making too much of a mess. But neither of these very grown-up goals are on a kid's agenda. So what can you do to make craft time successful and fun? First, encourage creativity. Remember, the process of creating is much more important than the final product. What it looks like rarely matters to most children. Provide a variety of materials for kids to work with. Give them the chance to make choices on their own. And don't insist that they stay inside the lines or exactly follow a sample. Second, choose projects that are appropriate for the group's skill level. Read the age level characteristics in the front pages of the craft book. When a project is too hard to do, kids become discouraged and they don't finish. When it's too easy, they finish in 5 minutes and then they don't know what to do. But when the project fits the age level, kids feel successful and satisfied with their work. And for those who finish early or for those who aren't interested in this project, provide something else for them to do. Some board games, puzzles, or coloring pages. Coloring pages are available on the Director's Planning Guide CD-ROM and in the reproducible Power Pack. Third, be interested in the unique way each child approaches a project. Notice what they do. Talk about the way they worked or the choices that they made. Treat each final project as a masterpiece. What you say to a child can affect their feelings about art for the rest of their lives. We want to make them feel successful and positive. After all, being creative is part of being made in the image of God, the Creator. Fourth, be intentional about what you say. Besides talking with kids about the craft, look at the conversation suggested for the craft. This conversation is designed to help you ask thought-provoking questions for kids to ponder as they work. It's designed to tie what they are doing with that all-important Bible content. This conversation section may relate to prayer, a Bible verse, or the Bible story. If your craft center serves a large group of children at any given time, give conversation suggestions to each helper. Encourage them to use the ideas with individuals or small groups. Make sure you and your volunteers are all familiar with that day's Bible story, Bible verse, and lesson focus. Read the teacher's devotional before the class begins to prepare your hearts and minds for working with children and for sharing God's love with them. When you are familiar with the Bible story, verse, and lesson focus, your natural conversation with children will reflect these important Bible truths. There is an overview of each session included in the craft book and also in the volunteer pocket guide. Look through the craft book to select your projects for each session. Choose projects that allow kids to work with a variety of interesting materials. Elementary age children enjoy some crafts geared for younger children, and younger children are always interested in doing big kid things. There are also simplification or enrichment ideas for many crafts that can adapt the craft either up or down. If you haven't already recruited adults and/or teens to prepare materials and work with the kids in the craft center, begin to pray and look. Seek out people who are patient and soft-spoken, people who will encourage kids and will engage them in conversation. Help each one see their ministry role in this center. By using the conversation ideas and understanding how to lead a child to Christ, every craft team member can play an important role. Well ahead of VBS, make each craft. You may do this yourself, or you might have a craft party with other helpers. Each person makes a sample and then tells what he or she learned in the process. Use the information to adjust the craft and to make any changes that need to be made in the materials or the process. Gather, buy, and organize your supplies in advance. Prepare a bulletin notice listing items you need for people to donate. Better yet, create a fun way for people to help. Write items needed on cardstock shapes related to the theme. Put the shapes on a bulletin board, a silk tree, or a wall where people exit and enter. People can take a shape, donate, or purchase items. If you plan ahead, you can also ask businesses to donate some items as well. Decorate your craft center with the sample crafts you prepared. Then add theme decorations in your center. Make it a fun place to be. Be sure basic supplies that are used in many projects, such as glue, scissors, or markers, make sure they're available for every small group of children. As each group visits the craft center, you and your team will lead them in making projects. Be sure that you and your volunteers have two things well in hand: the age level characteristics of each group and the article on leading a child to Christ. Then you're prepared to tailor instructions and conversation to the kids' age level. And no matter what center a child is in, quick young minds need questions answered. What a joy to be prepared to help a child understand what it means to join God's family, anytime, anywhere, even while making a craft.